and we turn it up some more. I been going rock hard outside.
What's good, culture? It's your boy Franco, and today we have another unfortunate situation where another Chicago rapper is killed. He goes by the name of Edai, and I'm pretty sure the vast majority of you guys have heard of that name in the whole Chicago hip-hop music scene, or if you're just invested into the Chirac movement in any way, shape, or form, you definitely heard of Edai. Not to confuse him with C-Day, his younger brother who got caught up with Rondo number 9 in the whole killing of the cab driver and Tay 600 snitching and all of this. I don't want to go to our topic. That's a whole different situation, and I don't want you guys getting confused with the name. So may God rest Edai's soul. And it hasn't been officially confirmed by the police that Edai was killed, but there has been a news report on the situation. They just haven't released the official name, but from the reports of his friends on social media and just everything surrounding it on the internet, we can safely infer that it is Edai who got killed. And I have the details, so yeah, let's get started. So for starters, Edai's real name is R.I.P, and I bring this up because on the news report they say a 32-year-old man was shot and killed, and there's plenty of 32-year-old men in Chicago. And I didn't just want to go off the birthday. If I search up what is Edai's birthday, I wanted to search up his legal document birth name and his actual age. And through some documents, I'm not going to reveal too much information, he is a 32-year-old man, so he's definitely in the pool of one of those individuals that could have been killed that day. And the police say he suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and abdomen, and I actually got a police scanner confirming that he was actually shot in his chest and abdomen from an inside source. I'm just going to play this real quick.
Chest and stomach.
And also, there's a lot more evidence of his friends just leaving a bunch of posts about this. So this leads me to believe that this is 100% true, that it is Edai who was killed, just looking at these numerous posts, specifically the young famous one 600, because that is Edai's actual artist. And her dude's just not gonna post an old pic just to reminisce. It's usually something to do with their fallen brother or something coming to an end, unfortunately. I actually do have some more information between police and dispatch, but before I do, I just want to talk about the location Edai was killed in. Now, I don't want to get too much into the gangs and everything, but I do know that that area specifically right now is a war zone between a bunch of gangs, and that's just me being a Chicago fan, studying the whole Chirac movement, just doing extensive research on it. The streets are definitely hot in that area right now. Now, I'm not a gang member, but I definitely do my research, I'll say that. So the two big gangs that are actually warring in that area right now are Paxtown and East End, and there's just a bunch of other collective little cliques inside of each gang that go to war with each other as well. Now, I want to give Edai the benefit of the doubt and say that he knew that there was a war going on between them because he grew up in that area around Chicago, but he might have not known. But there's been multiple instances of shootings going on throughout these past couple of weeks, specifically in that area. And if he wasn't in that area, there is a possibility he would be with us today, but I'm gonna leave it at that. On to the dispatch. So this source is actually from Reddit. It's from the Chirac subreddit, and I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt because anyone can post something on there, but usually they're right 90% of the time, but still I take it with a grain of salt. It's not on a news report, on a news station, or the police said it. But they essentially said right before Edai was even shot and killed, there was actually a shooting going on beforehand, because like I said earlier, this area is a hotbed of a bunch of cliques from the big two opposing gangs in that area going to war with each other, and they detected a total of 23 rounds in that area right before the shooting occurred. I'm not saying it had anything to do with this shooting, but just keep that in mind. So the officers get a report of a black man being shot. There's only one officer at the time. They pull up to the area, and it's being reported that there are 19 shell casings and only 5 gunshot wounds to the victim, which is Edai. Also, I noticed in the dispatch notes that they say you can hear a woman yell in the background, "He's right here," when the police arrive. So that leads me to believe, I don't know if this is 100% true, like I said, but that leads me to believe that he was either with a female or a female was in that general area. And we already know how females move in Chicago with the whole setting up and backdooring situation. I'm not insinuating the two, but keep that in mind. Also, it's really eye-opening when you look at the grand scheme of things. All the Chirac legends that were in the scene 2012, 2015, when the Chicago movement was really prominent and everyone knew about them, they still do to this day. But if you take a look at all of them, they've all pretty much suffered the same fate. They either gotten shot up or killed, or they're either in jail. Only a few has stood the test of time, and it really shows you, even with the money and the fame and the opportunities that the Chicago drill movement presented to that area, it also caused a lot of death, a lot lot of misery and fuel to this continuous cycle in inner cities in America. But I don't want to get too preachy. I just want to say I listened to a lot of these dudes in grade school and in high school, and seeing all of them just falling left and right, it shows at the end of the day, a lot of these rappers are human just like us. They just got a little bit of money and clout, but they still all succumb to the same fatality that all us humans have, because we aren't immortal. And with that, I just want to say God rest Edai's soul. I really wish you could have flourished as an artist, but unfortunately Chicago is unforgiving. God bless your soul. Your boy Franco is out. Peace.